number 2. Well, step number 1, we've got the first piece of wallpaper up. One of the things that we did before we brought this in here is we went ahead and cut another sheet. We matched it up. This has a drop match of about 10.5 inches. And so that can be tricky. So we matched it up to the next sheet. We have sheet number 2 cut, and then sheet number 3 from the next roll is cut, and we're waiting on number 4. So we wanted to come in here and at least get number 1 up. This is great. So you got a little overlap up here, up at the top. We're gonna take this, push it up there. We're gonna cut the edge of this at the ceiling. Here we just cut just below this, and then back here we cut and we push this right into there. So you're gonna cut just below that, just to make sure you don't end up with a gap up here, and then kind of a 45 it practically here, and then slice it down nice here. So this is also, it's got the sticky on the back of it. We didn't have to wet it or paste it or anything like that. It's almost like contact paper. And there's a lot of wallpaper out there like that now too. We just didn't know this was one of them. But one of the things that you didn't see us go through the biggest hassle of this, and that is making sure that it doesn't wrinkle and it doesn't bubble, and that's what this is for, is to push this into the corners and get all of those out, and then you want to take your hand and just, literally feel it. So when we come into the corner though, this happens a lot. You see how this is all wrinkled up in the corner here? We've worked with this for a little bit, and we've tried to get it to go down and be nice, and it's not being very nice with us. And so what we're going to end up doing, and this is what happens, these corners in your homes are not flush. They're not square. They're not 90 degrees necessarily, they're off. So so what you do when you're doing the bottom part of this is, again, you cut a 45. We've got a 45-degree cut right here. So we just start to work with the bottom of this. But one of the problems is here is this is not square. So what we're going to do is we're going to push this piece in here, and just double check everything, make sure, because I only want to cut this once. Okay, so get this right in here. I'm going to cut this about up to here.
You are?
The homeowner's like, you are?
I'm nervous.
I'm nervous. Okay, so I'm going to cut this about here and right down to this 45-degree. Then I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to push this under it. So this comes right into the corner. It's about the only way we're going to get this to straighten up. So you want to go at your worst spot, so to say, here. Let's go right here. And we're going to come right into that 45 cut that we had going on here. This paper is slightly easier to work with. I'm not covered in paste, but it is like a contact paper. You can pull it apart from itself though, so that's handy. So now we have this cut. Very hard to tell. Right here, right? We went all the way up here. Dun, 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 dun. Where'd we stop? Right.
A little bit more.
A little bit more.
Right. A little more.
A little more.
Yeah.
Right there.
Right there. So.
Yeah. Okay. So then I'm going to pull this while she's holding that.
Into the corner.
I'm going to pull it into the corner. I'm going to push it down and here and get it to come off of there. Okay, so let's let this relax just a little bit so I can push that into the corner. Okay, great. Then I'm going to push this right over here and make sure we've got a nice smooth wallpaper here. And
then you're going to have to tuck that other.
Get this nice and attached to the wall. We'll come back and cut this piece in just a second, of course, along the edge. Okay, that feels right. That feels right. Okay, so we're going to do this, and you can really see, I can really see how out of square that corner is there, which is normal. Don't cuss your contractor out. Well, unless you want to. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
We're back. Okay, we're back.
Technical error.
Technical error here. So yeah, that's
don't hurt your contractor or your camera person.
Yeah. Yeah, I was saying, don't cuss out your contractor just because your corners aren't square, because there's no corners that are square anywhere. Life is not perfect. The corners aren't perfect. People aren't perfect, you know. So you got to find the workarounds. Got to find the workaround. So this was one of the workarounds. So you take this, push this in the corner real nice.
And you can't even see that that was ever.
That it was ever cut.
Nope. That's amazing. That's a technique I had never seen done.
It's
before.
like I knew what I was doing.
Say
or
what?
something. I know. Shocking as it may be. So let's see here. Let's get you over here. And this paper is actually interesting because you can just take one finger actually and work out some of the lines in here. So again, we're going to come right in this. Yeah, we're going to come right back over here. I want to get this corner nice and bubble free, wrinkle free, like my face. You're right, whatever. And so,
By the way, these are what, 9-foot lengths?
yeah, I found out as I stood on a 2-foot ladder and realized I couldn't reach the
8-foot
top.
lengths? Yeah.
Exactly.
And then we're going to crease that real good and then trim it with a straight blade.
Mm-hmm. Where is my blade?
Here, by your heel right there.
Thank you. Alrighty. Okay. So come right here. I'm just literally using my nail. My nail tech would be so happy to see that, I'm sure. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this nice and easy. Does it. Release. Release, I tell you. Oh, yeah. It's connected to the other thing. Voila. Ta-da. Ta-da. I'm going to come back and cut that just slightly. But this is nice, and this is solid here. This is good.
Yeah, that's really
This
good.
is really good.
Really good.
So, so I'm going to come in here and go ahead and give that a little, let's stick that in there better. There we go. So,
We're going to trim off some of these extra pieces, maybe hang another sheet,
uh-huh.
and we'll be back.
Yes, we will. Thank you.